A brain implant that allows a paralyzed patient to communicate through an avatar. Devices that allow paralyzed people to communicate with the outside world have been developed for several decades. But technological progress in recent years has allowed them to implement artificial intelligence. The result is a new implant that translates brain signals into speech or text and digital avatar facial expressions, and functions with unprecedented accuracy and speed. Two teams of scientists in separate studies in the journal Nature described the operation of brain-computer interfaces, BCI, which translate neural signals into text or words spoken by a speech synthesizer. Essentially, these devices capture the patient's brainwaves, interpret them into speech and, in the case of a second study, facial expressions, and then manifest them in the form of the patient's digital avatar. These advances raise hope that BCI may be on the verge of changing the lives of people who have lost the ability to speak due to accidents or illness. Until now, patients had to rely on frustratingly slow, around 14 words per minute, speech synthesizers that picked out the right words using eye tracking or small facial movements. Preventing natural conversation. Natural conversation is around 160 words per minute, and the BCIs under development can decode speech at 62 words per minute for the first study and 78 words per minute for the second. Both BCIs are faster than previous attempts. Imagine a future where we can restore fluency to a paralyzed person, allowing them to speak freely with enough clarity to be understood, said Stanford University's Francis Willett, co-author of one of the papers. Willett and his team developed the BCI to interpret neural activity at the cellular level and translate it into text. The researchers worked with Pat Bennett, 67, who suffers from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a condition that causes progressive loss of muscle control, resulting in difficulty moving and speaking. But first, a series of tiny electrodes had to be installed in the patient's brain in the parts responsible for speech. The researchers then trained the algorithms to recognize unique signals in Bennett's brain when she tried to say different phrases. This AI decodes words from phonemes, the basic units of the phonological structure of speech that make up spoken words. For sentences that were limited to only 50 words, the BCI ran 3.4 times faster than the earlier BCI developed by the same team and achieved a 9.1% error rate. When the vocabulary limit was raised to 125,000 words, which is closer to the total number of commonly used words in the English language, the error rate increased to 23.8%. About 3 out of 4 words are deciphered correctly, said Willett. This system is trained to know what words should come before others and which phonemes make which words. If some words have been misinterpreted, it is still possible to guess the meaning of the utterance, he added. For non-verbal people, this means they can stay connected with the world, perhaps continue working, maintain friendships and family relationships, Bennett said in a statement to the media. In the second study, Edward Chang, a neurosurgeon at the University of California, San Francisco, and colleagues worked with a 47-year-old woman named Anne, who lost the ability to speak after a stroke 18 years ago. Researchers led by Chang took a different approach from Willett's team, placing a paper-thin rectangle containing 253 electrodes on the surface of the cerebral cortex. This technique, called electrocorticography, is considered less invasive and allows the combined activity of thousands of neurons to be recorded simultaneously. It detects the activity of areas responsible for speech and facial expressions. The team trained AI algorithms to recognize patterns in Anne's brain activity related to her attempts to say 249 sentences using a 1,024-word vocabulary. The device generated 78 words per minute, and the average rate of word errors was 25.5%, while the implants used by Willett's team, which more accurately capture neural activity, performed better with the larger pool of words used by patients. The use of electrocorticography also made it possible to achieve a low error rate. Chang and his team also created special algorithms to convert Anne's brain signals into voice and an animated avatar that mimics facial expressions. Moreover, the voice was personalized to the patient. Artificial intelligence trained the tone of voice on recordings from Anne's wedding. The very fact that you hear a voice similar to your own evokes emotions. When I could talk again. It was amazing, Anne told the researchers. The voice is a really important part of our identity. It's not just about communication, it's about who we are, added Chang. However, many improvements are needed before the developed BCIs can be made available for clinical use. Ideally, this type of device should be wireless, with no visible connectors or cables. Both teams hope to continue to increase the speed and accuracy of their devices with more efficient decoding algorithms. The devices also need to be tested on many more people to prove their reliability. Dying cancer cells give instructions to others on how to survive chemotherapy. Chemotherapy in the treatment of colorectal cancer is not always as effective as doctors and patients would like it to be. Some cancer cells simply do not respond to it. Now German scientists have found out why. It turns out that dying cancer cells communicate with their kind, and I give them information on how to survive chemotherapy. Colorectal cancer is one of the most commonly diagnosed cancers. It accounts for as much as 10%. All diagnosed malignancies. Although cancer research conducted in recent years has significantly improved early diagnosis and therapy, the resistance of advanced colorectal cancer to commonly used chemotherapies is still a serious problem and significantly contributes to the high mortality of patients with this type of cancer. Researchers from Georg Speyer House and Goethe University Frankfurt have discovered a hitherto unknown mechanism that explains why only some colorectal cancer cells respond to chemotherapy. Scientists have been able to determine that during chemotherapy, dying cancer cells send a signal to neighboring cancer cells, telling them how to resist the treatment. Dying cells reprogram signaling pathways in neighboring cancer cells in such a way that they are no longer susceptible to chemotherapy. In this way, dying cells literally ensure the survival of the tumor. The results and description of the research were published in the journal Nature. German scientists have discovered why not all cancer cells respond to therapy. As they say, all because cancer cells communicate with each other and warn of an impending threat. Moreover, they give each other instructions on how to survive chemotherapy. Chemotherapy causes cancer cells to die. However, in their last breath, dying cancer cells release ATP molecules, adenosine 5-triphosphate, adenosine triphosphate, which is the cell's energy carrier, as a messenger substance. She acts as a messenger. ATP binds to purine receptors, P2X4, on the surface of surrounding tumor cells. This activates an important signaling pathway that allows surviving cancer cells to survive chemotherapy. Moreover, activation of this pathway makes the tumor resistant to chemotherapy. Scientists led by Professor Florian Gretten from Georg Speyer House confirmed this in experiments. We were surprised to see that cancer cells have evolved communication mechanisms to the point where even dying cells play an active role in ensuring the survival of their neighbors during a therapeutic attack, said Gretten. Cells exposed to chemotherapy warn neighboring cells, and at the same time provide them with instructions on how to survive. However, if this communication is interrupted, as scientists have been able to demonstrate in preclinical models, it increases the effectiveness of chemotherapy many times over. And cancers that were initially resistant to treatment respond very well to it. The results of our work show that despite years of successful research, unknown mechanisms are still being discovered that show us how perfidious cancer cells avoid therapy. Our results now provide a new and promising starting point for significantly improving the response rate of advanced colorectal cancers to commonly used chemotherapeutic agents using combination therapy, explained Dr. Mark Schmidt, first author of the study. We very much hope that by interrupting communication between cells, we will be able to increase the effect of standard therapy in patients, emphasized Gretten. The team will now try to test the new concept in human trials.